Hey, you know what's kind of a tangentially related thing, at least in the sense that it's related to mamdani? I thought this was particularly funny. I just visited my folks over in LA because, I'm moving out of the country soon. Wanted to say goodbye. Not like I'm never going to see them again. I will, but, goodbye to America, I guess. Goodbye to Los Angeles. And what a good goodbye that was, because fuck LA. In response to Mamdani doing his viral, like, fix a pothole on the same day bullshit, Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, okay, just look at this, okay? It's really fucking funny. Oh, I will for sure, Mythaldu.
Hey, Mayor Bass. I found this pothole here on Melrose and Gardner Street. Hoping you could just send some folks down here to just remedy that for us.
Hi, Simone. I saw your post, so I want you to know that city crews were out here today at noon. But unfortunately, there was a car that was here, so we couldn't repair the pothole.
It's such a fun, it's like a self-parody. So, like like the centrist liberal version of the Mamdani. She made a video showing how she didn't fix the pothole. I have no idea why she did this. I have no clue. I have no idea. Why not just like wait a day and then fix it the next day? I have no idea why they did this. Why bother making the video? This is real. It's real. The mayor of Los Angeles, one of the biggest cities in the world, made a video saying we couldn't fix a pothole.
So you know what we did? We put up these no parking signs so that hopefully there won't be anybody parked here tomorrow morning, and the city crews will be back. In the future, if you have any problems like this, you can call 311. If it's graffiti, if it's a pothole, or if it's just random trash.
I genuinely, I have no idea why they produced this video. They're probably not even going to fill the fucking pothole. She did the thing you said, they will fill it the next day. Then why didn't she make the video the next day? What the fuck is the point? This is genuinely, it is a perfect reason, or it's a perfect microcosm of why liberals fail to emulate Mamdani. They want the style without the substance. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of Mamdani, the thing that makes him special, is that he does the stuff. He doesn't just say he's going to do the stuff. He doesn't just LARP about it. He doesn't do the Obama hope and change bullshit. He gets into office and then immediately starts doing stuff. That's the difference. Mamdani would be underwater, approval ratings-wise, if he just got into office and then did nothing. He's been hitting the ground running, immediately building a huge amount of respect from New Yorkers. His overall approval rating is massive in the city of New York. And it's because he actually does stuff. Why would she not wait until the next day? Because in my mind, a person like her, some corporate ghoul who answers to her to her donors and not to her constituents, isn't actually sure what the difference is between success and failure. To a person like her, there is no difference between rhetoric and actually accomplishing something, because she never does anything anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely don't think she understood how this would look. The idea of, like, the mayor of Los Angeles putting out a video saying she couldn't fix a pothole. Ridiculous.
So thank you, Simone. Thank you for being a great LA citizen.
Look at that. Like, thank you for letting us know we didn't do anything.
We're gonna get this done.
And then and like a piece de resistance of the inauthenticity, and while we're in the neighborhood, look, it's me, the LA mayor, going to a local business. Is that really noteworthy? How do you think this would read with Mamdani if Mamdani put out a short video saying, I didn't do the thing I said I was going to, but look, I stopped at a local business? Wouldn't that feel weird? Like, is it really noteworthy that you stopped at a local business? I'm sorry, were you flying out to Paris for your food beforehand? Genuinely, like, what, you're the mayor of LA. I assumed that you went to local restaurants. I don't know, like, the fact that you think it's noteworthy tells me that you don't do this normally. You know what I mean? Yeah, it implies she doesn't do this normally. Like, wouldn't it make more sense if she said, like, stopped by and got some burgers after? That's a normal thing to say. Who says I had to support a local business too? Do you not normally? Have you been to that spot? No, I don't leave the house when I'm in LA. That place fucking sucks. Is it effective to do this, though? No. If Karen Bass was actually interested in fixing potholes across LA, for one, she has her work cut out for her, and for two, she could just do it. Do you have any idea how much good PR there would be if any mayor in any city in America just put out like a compilation video, like a montage of them standing next to recently fixed potholes or something? They could all do it. Why don't they? For the most part, it's because mayors are just rotting carcasses occupying a seat. They do nothing but rubber stamp the will of local interests, special interest groups, corporations. They don't actually do anything. It's like I've said a million times before. The problem here isn't that every mayor is bad except for Mamdani. The problem is that democracy doesn't work. Institutionally, these seats don't offer people in them the opportunity to do good, in part because the kinds of people that get selected for these seats are necessarily pre-beholden to special interests, and in part because, as is the case especially with Los Angeles, the mayor actually has very little power. Mind you, if you had a Mamdani-esque campaign in Los Angeles, you might be able to get something done, but Mamdani is exceptional. We will never have a world where every mayor is Mamdani, so you can't rely on that. Relying on a world where we'll just make every mayor of every major city Mamdani is like saying we'll just wake up into a world where everyone's educated and votes for their class interest. It doesn't work. Local government is super fucking beholden to special interest groups too. We've talked about that with like construction companies, consultants. What exactly can a mayor do in America? I mean, a mayor is basically the president of a city, but they're, beholden to county, state, and federal, guidelines of what they can and can't do. They don't have total autonomy. But in practice, for the most part, most mayors are just rubber stamp machines for city council, and most city councilmen are hopelessly bought by local interests. Like, a city councilman can be bought for a fucking $15 Arby's gift card. These people do not make a lot of money. In fact, often city councilors basically make none. So they have to either be independently wealthy, which they tend to be, which means they tend to get in and prioritize their own interests, or they aren't, in which case they are working a second job and super duper vulnerable to bribes. It does not take much to bribe a city councilor. Basically, every local decision is funneled through the veil of special or city councilors being given like their opinions by local special interests, So just cut out the city council? Well, sure, then the same thing would happen to the mayor. The problem is that, like, in order for democracy in a liberal capitalist economy to work, there needs to be more or less like equal counterbalance between the prevailing interests of special interest groups and corporations and democratic will. But in local government, democratic will is basically nothing. New York City is unique because it's a city with an incredibly vibrant and powerful local culture, but for the most part, people just pay attention to federal, maybe state elections. Most people don't know their own mayor. I guarantee you maybe 5% of Americans know like their city councilors. Probably less than 5%. I would say probably 1%. Maybe 1%. Maybe. I'm saying maybe 1% of Americans know who their local city councilors are. When they vote, they're just rolling dice. So in a venue where there is essentially no democratic accountability, special interest groups have completely free reign. There's no pushback on them, no counterbalancing. Who's yours? I don't fucking know. Yes, it does help that New York City is uniquely easy to control from a mayoral perspective, whereas Los Angeles is like incredibly weak and broken up in 20 different cities. City layouts in Los Angeles County. I've talked about this before, but like all of the city of LA subdivisions makes it basically impossible to do anything from a mayoral perspective because these towns all have their own mayors. City jurisdiction, Los Angeles. Map. It's a complete clusterfuck, man. Place names in black represent communities that lie within the city of Los Angeles. Place names in red represent communities adjacent to or near the city of LA, but they're not part of the city of LA. Look at this, man. Look at these ridiculous carve-outs. So everything here with a black name is technically part of the city of LA. Look at what's not. Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Culver City, Baldwin Hills, Inglewood, fucking Huntington Park, Florence, Walnut Park, Pasadena. All of these areas that are absolutely 100% culturally part of Los Angeles, that have connected systems to Los Angeles, are all legally distinct entities, which means that anytime you want to do anything across the city of Los Angeles, you need to get like a fucking council. Like, getting all of Los Angeles to agree on anything is like trying to get fucking pan Middle East infrastructure built. You have any idea how much red tape there'd be on like a subway line running from fucking Saudi Arabia to Lebanon to Israel to the West Bank to Gaza to Jordan to like it would be unbelievable. It would be impossible. You'd have to get everyone to sign off on it. Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire of cities. It's a miracle it functions at all. The Balkanization's intentional, by the way. Yup. Because all of these Balkanizations only affect the political side of power, not the corporate. Every corporation is equally powerful no matter how many lines you draw here. If anything, it makes them more powerful because it subdivides the will. A corporation remains unified and can gather its assets and apply them wherever is needed, but the democratic will and intentions of all these different groups are completely segregated, you know? There's no like unified will across all of this because these people don't have the same mayors, they don't have the same city councilors. This is why New York City is able to be controlled by the mayor, because the 5 boroughs are all under the one mayor, you know? Imagine like LA would be like if there were 12 boroughs and every borough had its own mayor. And Mamdani only actually represented like a small sliver of Manhattan and like part of Brooklyn. Also, some of those carves out are specifically to give those neighborhoods more unilateral authority because they want to retain privilege too. Yeah, of course, like Beverly Hills. It is kind of funny that Beverly Hills is its own city, but Bel Air isn't. Is there a reason New York didn't get balkanized? This shit is really complicated. I'm full on black pilled on like municipal governments in general. It feels like democracy doesn't even work at a local level.